Welcome to the Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Ross McCorkle. Of all the training camp position battles that are set to begin in just a couple of days, the secondary is the most intriguing to me. The Pittsburgh Steelers often end up with 10 total defensive backs. Sometimes that's 5 safeties and 5 corners. Sometimes that's 4 safeties and 6 corners. But the Steelers have a surplus of good corners and a deficit of good safeties. So what are they going to do in terms of their initial 53-man roster? Well, training camp should help them sort that out a little bit, but it's hard to envision anything less than 6 cornerbacks. Dating back to at least 2019, there have been 10 defensive backs kept on the initial 53-man roster. Every year except for 2. 1 year, there were 9. 1 year, there were 11. But the year where there were 11, it was still 6 corners and 5 safeties. So, if you're assuming there's going to be 10 defensive backs, will the Steelers go outside of their typical way of doing things and keep 7 corners and just 3 safeties? Alex Kozora had that in his initial 53-man roster prediction, while I went with 6 corners and 4 safeties. We can assume that Darius Slay, Joey Porter Jr., and Jalen Ramsey are obviously locks to make the roster, and I would argue that Brandon Echols and Corey Trice Jr. more or less fall into that group as well. Unless they keep 7 corners, which is very rare, that leaves 1 spot for Dante Kent, Beanie Bishop Jr., James Pierre, and some of the other guys on the 90-man roster. Beanie Bishop, of course, was the starting slot corner for the beginning portion of last season as an undrafted rookie and should progress this season. Dante Kent was drafted in the 7th round, and Omar Khan said he should help the team sooner rather than later. And James Pierre filled in admirably while Dante Jackson was injured last year and is a core special teamer as a gunner on the punt coverage unit. If they keep just 6, Beanie Bishop Jr. might be on the outs, and you might be between James Pierre and Dante Kent as that gunner. If they keep 7, look for Beanie Bishop and one of either Pierre or Kent to take that final roster spot. The secondary should be intriguing. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with Dave Bryan and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.